Russia's president is at it again, threatening the United States to use nuclear bombs to attack. Let's check out and hear from what he says out of his own mouth.
Vladimir Putin. He seems to be in a bad mood. He's saber-rattling again, threatening a nuclear war. Listen to this.
How can you be ready for it? Are we really ready for nuclear war?
From
the technical point of view, of course, we are ready.
We are technically ready. Now, Putin may be phrasing it differently, but there's no doubt as to what he's talking about. He's talking about nuclear weapons, and the threat is aimed at his adversaries, the West, led by the United States. And he said all of this in an interview. The Russian president laid out some ground rules for his American counterpart, Joe Biden.
The United States announced not sending troops to Ukraine. They are interventionists. That is how we will treat it, even if they appear on Ukrainian territory. They understand that. I told you that Biden is a representative of the traditional school of politics. That shows.
Now that's a message for the US president. Putin is basically saying Ukraine is Russian territory. If American troops enter Ukraine, Moscow will have reason to escalate the fight. And that could mean deploying nuclear weapons, if that's what it comes down to. And here's something else that we must point out. Putin has done this before. He's issued nuclear threats in the past too, especially after his forces invaded Ukraine. But in this instance, his tone was more firm.
Why do we need to use weapons of mass destruction? There has never been such a need.
So this thought never occurred to you?
No, what for? Well, weapons exist to be used.
Putin is very serious, so he's stating that these nuclear weapons are made to be used. And since he is threatening the United States on more than one occasion, I think that people should pay attention and see what other results happens in the future. But let's see what Joe Biden has to say about these threats.
A former Republican president tells Putin, quote, "Do whatever the hell you want." I think it's outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
In my opinion, Joe Biden is hell-bent on destroying America and going into World War III. He is not going to back down, but continue to endorse and support Ukraine.
Vulnerable. The US will be left with no money to replenish its own stocks, its own weapon stock. And this will put America's war readiness at risk. But President Biden remains firm. He's giving more weapons to Ukraine because he wants to be seen as doing something. He wants to be seen as still helping in the fight against Russia. And $300 million is a good amount. Ukraine could use every penny of it. But it won't be enough to turn the tide in their favor, or for that matter, to reassure American allies. Take Poland, for example. Their president is visiting the US, and this is what he said.
Believe in America. We believe that Poland and Europe need more America, militarily, politically, and economically. More American spirit in thinking and acting.
President Duda is not the only one asking America to do more. European allies are jittery. In Slovakia, there are protests. Thousands of people took to the streets to show their support for Ukraine and to criticize their own prime minister. His name is Robert Fico. He's seen as anti-Ukraine. He opposes military aid to Kiev. He says Ukraine should give up the land in Russian control and end the war. So basically, the Western camp is divided, and Putin is turning on the heat with threats of a nuclear war.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just let me know in the comments section what you think. Will there be a nuclear war? Will it be World War III? I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe. Peace.